Now let's with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, you guys probably saw the news where I think I laughed when he just straight up just called him a bum. He was like, "Yeah, he's an absolute bum for calling me a jerk." And I did see his point there where he pretty much said, if you wanted to give an award to the NFL most valuable vaccinated player, then sure, go ahead. But at the end of the day, he says he has never spoken to me in my life, and he shouldn't vouch for my character. So, I totally think, Aaron Rodgers responded to that in the right way. I mean, maybe the bum wasn't absolutely necessary, but hey, oh well. I mean, it doesn't matter really. It's Aaron Rodgers. But yeah, other than that, I think the other news that sort of there's a rumor that was generated that Aaron Rodgers would potentially boycott the Super Bowl because of the NFL COVID vaccine rules, which I just think was just straight up just nonsense. I think that would never happen. I mean, what do you guys think?
Well, I'll start with the whole MVP voting nonsense, and that I think you said it wasn't necessary to call him a bum. I mean, maybe it was. I mean, we'll discuss this later in our last segment with the MLB Hall of Fame voting, but I think that we need to, like, people who are in high positions voting for awards or accolades, like, why does it matter that Aaron Rodgers isn't the best guy? Like, is he a great guy? I mean, from the surface, Aaron Rodgers is right. We don't know what goes on in his everyday life, but he's, obviously the drama of the last year with the Packers is something. And then, he's not vaccinated, and he, misled the public about that. But I mean, he's Aaron Rodgers. The voting should just be about the player on the field. But this obviously doesn't surprise me, considering the writer is from Chicago. And I think he's still a little bit aggravated by the "I still own you" comments from Aaron Rodgers after that week 5 or 6 game against the Bears. But I mean, deal with it. Aaron Rodgers, he's not going anywhere. So going to have to just deal with it. And as far as this story goes that broke yesterday, I mean, first of all, just the thought of Aaron Rodgers boycotting the Super Bowl, I mean, that would just be chaos for the NFL. But we believe it's not true because Aaron Rodgers sent out a scathing tweet yesterday just denouncing the whole thing. But it was also really funny after, I don't know if you guys saw this, but after on Twitter, he essentially tried to find the culprit. So he was asking Jordan Love, he was like, I know you broke this news. I know you're the snitch and all that. It was actually pretty funny and entertaining. But I don't know. Personally, I kind of like to think of it as he's really mad. Either this story is totally made up or false, or he's just really mad at people within this direct circle that broke this news. I kind of like to think of it as that. Not saying that it's exactly true. I just think it's funnier to think of it that way. But I mean, Danny, I'll throw it over to you. This is a wild story, so I'm sure we'd love to hear your thoughts as well.
Yeah, going back to how funny would it be? How funny would it be if Aaron Rodgers actually decided, you know what, I'm going to boycott the Super Bowl? The dude is probably the MVP of the football or of the NFL this year. He's had the best season in my opinion. And before I really get into it, I got to say I have a little bias. I'm a big Aaron Rodgers fan. I have been for a while. He's a Northern California guy, just like me. Grew up a fan of the Niners, and he should be a Niner at that, honestly. I mean, that was a whole fiasco with the Niners not drafting him and drafting Alex Smith. But before I get into the other stuff, I want to go on a little rant here that the most valuable player award goes to the player who was the best player in the NFL that year and had the most value to his team. If you want to talk about the most valuable player, not the nicest guy award. They have a different award for that. It's called the Walter Payton Man of the Year, and that is a great award to win. But the MVP, most valuable player, how can you tell me that the 13-3 at this current moment, and most likely to be 14-3 Packers, Aaron Rodgers was almost 4,000 passing yards. I believe it's 35 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. how is he not the most valuable player regardless of what he does off the field? There's something to be said, like with Antonio Brown, but Aaron Rodgers before this past year hasn't been making many waves in the NFL. He's a widely respected guy. He is an absolutely generational talent, and he deserves his third MVP this year. He is the best player on the best team in the NFL. And going to the whole Super Bowl thing, I think there's absolutely no way that the MVP, the face of the NFL or one of the faces of the NFL would boycott the Super Bowl if they get in. All of these dudes care about, the only thing they care about is winning rings. Aaron Rodgers couldn't care less whether he won an MVP or not. He wants that Super Bowl ring to add to his legacy. If the Packers make the Super Bowl, there is absolutely no way that Aaron Rodgers sits out the Super Bowl because he wants to make some type of a statement to Roger Goodell. But like I said, the most valuable player, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a bad person, as long as you're not committing heinous crimes. If you're just like not widely liked, who cares? It's the most valuable. That's the key term, most valuable player.
Yeah, Dan, I totally agree with both of you guys. I think there needs to be a distinction that needs to be made with, most valuable player. It's not based on the person's image. It's primarily based on the person's talent. And you guys both made excellent points about that. And obviously, I personally thought with the whole boycotting the NFL Super Bowl, I think that's just total BS. Let's just be honest. It's just never going to happen. And really take it really seriously. If anything, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was funny with the way Aaron Rodgers responded with all those hashtags and whatever. But at the end of the day, it's Aaron Rodgers. And I think no one can really question his ability. And I think he will be going for his fourth MVP. And he's just Aaron Rodgers.